stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Where there's a will, there's a way. It's usually God's will. Yeah. Just letting a couple people know that I am live, and then you will have my complete and undivided attention. Okay. Emma likes to know too. One more, just one more, I promise. No, she not. That wasn't her. I can't find it. So, okay. And I lost the purse I was here. So. You know, hey Gary, good to see you, brother. Need to go turn on the AC, but in the meantime, you know, I don't care. It does your time, just time. I don't even want to start it that way. It's just too repetitive. I want a different way to say it. All right, let's put it. I'm gonna wait till a 3-minute mark on that. So, what else can we talk about? Well, I could let you guys know that I have at least 4 podcasts coming up. So, looks like we got Leanne, Travis just said yes. And then we have another one coming up. So, that'll be good. Dragon Flower Recovery comes out on Monday. I keep forgetting it's Thursday, not Friday. Darn it. Okay. So anyway, 3-minute mark. Woo. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. If you're here, please say hello. Hello, Puppet. Hello, Puppet. And then, of course, if you enjoy what we do, or if you think this video might help somebody else, and you can't wait till the end if you want to, please share our videos. Thank you. You know what? I'm kind of it's weird. I'm just going to tell you, because sometimes I listen to other people and then I kind of start, because I've been pulling some what Scott Leisure does, where he just kind of slows and is, it's just funny. What do they call that? Parroting, like a parrot, right? You know, like I'm not like the best singer, but when I do backup, oh yeah, I'm really good, because I need that spot. I need things like a topic, you know, to talk on. But if you give me the topics, then I'm good to go. Right. And you know, this program works in weird ways sometimes, or what we might consider weird. So anyway, let's get on to the topic at hand. And this is coming up because a friend of mine in the meeting was talking about the fact that there were a lot of people that came before us. I've seen thousands of alcoholics come in and out of these rooms. Thousands. Probably more than that, because I've been to thousands of meetings. You don't start to realize that once you get into 5-6 years, you've been going to thousands of meetings now. And you're still calling yourself a newcomer. Just kidding. I'm kidding. All right. I'm going to tell you something. Good evening, Miss Patricia. It's good to see you. Most of us don't even get a shot at this. All right. Well, you think everybody lives in America, people? No. There's a lot of other countries out there. There's more meetings here than you even know of, that you know nothing about for good reason. All right, let's cover that one first. Pilots. I actually interviewed a pilot. He's on there. Gotta go find him. I don't remember his name because we changed it, and I don't want to say his real name. I can't. Right? I don't know that song just off of that. Hey yo, hey oh hey yo. Okay, I get what you're doing. All right. Right. And this came up because my friend Maria was talking in the group, and we are really, really lucky to have found our programs, because in a lot of places you can't get to AA. In Japan, it's a secret society because the government, a lot of times, governments do not allow what it is that we do. So, if you're living in a place where you actually have a little bit of freedom, maybe be a little bit more grateful for that you are allowed here to be able to recover out loud, that you actually have that right. Right? My videos just don't stay in the United States. There's a lot of people watching that really they don't say much. They don't. I like that one, so I want it up here. Good, here we go. My neighbor is a Vietnam vet who just became a pilot. He's got the craziest fucking stories. Yeah, he does. He does. Pilots are highly intelligent people. They really are, and they're usually very, very good people. But there's bad apples, right? It's just the way it works. Let's call them bad pears from now on. Stop picking on the apples so much. Maybe a pineapple. There you go. Switch up the apple. Spread it around. Okay. And when it comes down to it, with the way things are now, we will really only touch the tip of the iceberg of the whole problem that is actually going on. Right? Because we don't, there you go, we'll go grapes. There you go. Bad, you know what bad grapes are? Raisins. Oh no, those are plums. Fuck, I don't know. Amber would know better than me. So we need to be grateful of the fact that there are Zoom groups, that we get all these different ways to recovery. I mean, we couldn't make it much easier for you. We couldn't do it any easier for you. When the newcomer comes in, we surround that person. We take care of them. We make sure that they have phone numbers. We make sure that they go home with a little bit of hope in their pocket. Some things going on. I find that most people that call me are looking for hope. I just got off the phone with a friend, and this morning she wasn't doing that well. She was thinking about drinking. And her and I sat down. We talked about it, and now that's all she needed was some encouragement. Because sometimes when you're going through things yourself, it's hard to see what's going on. So we have to sit down with somebody else and start to work through those things and work through them. So when I see other people taking advantage of other people in AA, or other people taking advantage of AA in and of itself, I have a problem with it. Because what it does, it makes it so that some people can't get to it. And AA, NA, NEA is totally exclusive. That means anybody can join. Okay? Some of us decide to take that one step further, where we don't just help alcoholics, we help anybody that comes across our path. I talked to quite a few normies. There's actually several normies helping us with Trudging Together. And they're not, you know what? Gotta stop calling them normies because, you know, I've actually met a few people that are like, we don't like being called that. I don't necessarily like being called, you know, an alcoholic, but that's the way it is. But, you know, if we're gonna reach them, they can't feel like we're calling them names. All right. But what I was saying is for some of us, we tend to go beyond the alcohol and the alcoholism, and we start helping people. We start helping people. You get to a point in your sobriety where you're either going to start to make that move. You're either going to start to make, yeah, you're right, Amber, no name calling, right? And saying somebody is a normie. Do we really know that though? Well, they have their stuff too. Hi, Ingrid. No biggie. It was good. It was good to see you for a second. Bye-bye. I don't mind if you pop in and pop out. It's always good. And I go live so much that I can't really put an expectation on anybody. There's going to be times when you're not necessarily fighting for your own recovery, but the key really is that if you're going to ask God for something, you need to put some action in behind it, or it's just a request. Okay. You've got to put action behind whatever it is that your intention is. Okay. I'm getting a hankering because I kind of want to play pickleball. Okay. Well, I am not even close to in shape for that. So I'm going to have to start doing some things in order to get that. I can't just think, well, I want to start playing pickleball. Nope. I have to think on some things. First thing I'm going to need to do is get rid of the smoking, right? See, now what I'm doing is I'm starting to give myself reasons to quit. I'm going to see if that helps. I've been asking for the willingness to. I knew the cigarettes were going to come up. So, but to think that there are people out there that still get sent to, you know, or even women that are alcoholic in some countries, who knows what they're going to do? Who knows? You know, the fact that I get to live where I live and be who I am allows me to live the life that I'm living, if that makes sense. Yes, we're restricted here and there, and we know these things. We know that recovery is big business. That might interfere with it. Okay. We got a lot of people jumping on board, and these are they tout recovery, but it isn't. And the fact that we need to be you know what, it's not any different from having cancer. You go to the wrong doctor, you're fucked because he wants your money. You know, it's not much different. It isn't. Um, and that's why I personally choose to recover out loud. Okay. So let's cover the anonymity portion on that. Do I speak for AA as a whole? Fuck no. No, but I can share my experience, my strength, and hope. I certainly can do that. And are we breaking tradition here? A little bit. A little bit, yeah. I probably shouldn't have my last name, right? Things like that. But on Facebook, that's hard to do because your last name is going to pop up. I can't change that. So sometimes we give one for the other. But at the same time, in here, there is an anonymity level. You could be watching and I will never know. And I will never know. And that's how and we allow that, right? Because some people need that. I remember I've been doing the Daily Trudge for, I don't know, like 9 months. And I was talking to my wife, and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm reaching anybody. People aren't replying in it, not this, not that. And she said, Dion, I wasn't supposed to tell you this, but I know that you will keep it secret. And here I am keeping it secret. So there's been a guy who's been struggling, and he's been riding to work on the bus every day, listening to you, and because of what you're doing, you're helping him stay sober. But he doesn't want, it happens to me all the time now. So so it makes it easier for me to not determine the result. Right? And even then I get caught up on it. You guys will hear me where I'm like, some days I just don't want to do this alone. And I feel like that should be okay. You know what I mean? At the same time, it's not okay for me to say I'm going to do something and then not follow through on it. Got that balance. So when it comes to anonymity, when it really comes down to it, I cannot tell anybody else that you are in AA. That's anonymity. Anonymity was created because at the time they were too few and it wouldn't have worked. But now there's many. There's a lot of us. There's alcoholics in every single workplace. Yeah. Every restaurant you go to, there's an alcoholic, recovering alcoholic. Any venue, any place you go, there's going to be a recovering alcoholic. Because you're there. Gotcha. No, that's not what I was saying. All right. Go somewhere and say, any friends of Bill W? Yeah. You'll get them. Fuck, we used to drive around with bumper stickers on our car that said protected by Smith and Wilson. Well, Dr. Bob Smith, Bill Wilson. Right. One day at a time. We used to have these bumper stickers. They were indications. We used to wear recovery bracelets, which would let people know that we were in recovery. That's still recovering out loud. So, number one, you don't speak for AA as a whole. If you say that, you're good. You're good. Right? Because no one speaks for AA as a whole. God does that, right? And that's the unity of the program. So if you're allowed to, without being put in jail, recover as loud as you can. Okay? I know my limitations. You don't see me in front of big crowds, although I'd love that. Right? But to get to that, I have to do certain things that I can't. Or if you say fuck no, you're double good. Yeah. Yes. Or fuck no. Anywhere I go. Do you carry your chip with you everywhere? I do. If I leave the house, my chip is with me because it might appear and somebody will say, oh, that's cool. What's that? Yeah. It actually happens more often than you think. So let's think. Got to think. Just because we're seeing that, because the rooms are starting to fill up again. Yay. Good job. That was a group effort. And guess what? There was division going on, still happening, blah, blah, blah. But there are some people that overcome that stuff, that decide your division is not for us. And that we need to recover out loud so we can reach as many people as we can. Yeah, there you go. See, we should bring bumper stickers back, but just for people in recovery, right? Because then we know I have a sticker that is written Bill and Bob's friend. So cool. So cool. I don't know that I have any more on that. Um, and I'm trying not to go longer on these because I feel like I'm eating up people's time and I feel like I'm being a little selfish. So, one experience that I'm going through, and this happens to me every now and again, and what I'm doing is I'm telling on myself so that I don't get a big head. Okay. That lately I've been getting a lot of, I wish I talked to you every day. Yeah, send it. Yeah, bring it. And I bring it up because it's endearing, number one. And it makes me feel good that, you know, that people can give me a call and go from wanting to drink to wanting to go ahead and get their business going. And I'm going to tell you now, I don't know how I do it. I don't. I listen. I listen and then I come up with a solution in my head. But all I'm really doing is making you think. Okay. And that's kind of what I do is I'm going to make you think about this stuff. And that's why I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I will tell you the truth. And the truth sometimes hurts. You know. Um, Here's one good truth. I hate saying it. I don't like it. But you got to take responsibility for your own emotions, not your own actions, because your emotions are your actions. You've got to get down to emotions. Just because this person made me angry over here doesn't give me a right to push back. Yeah, it doesn't give me that right. So, but, you know, it is nice to hear that, people are like, I need some tea on time. That's usually what it says, what they say. Uh, Wish I talk to you every day. You know, and I try and be there for everybody that I can, but I got to take care of myself first. See, if I don't do that, then I'm not going to be a very good example. I'll just be running around trying to solve everybody else's problems, which I will get caught up in. Right? Got to check that ego. Got to check humility on all of that. Okay. I do that so that you can do it for somebody else. Okay. But don't worry about being me. Just be you. Don't worry about being anybody else. You're not going to be me. You don't want to be me. Trust me. Be you. Be you. Okay. If you have something to say, quit typing it out on that stupid AI and lip syncing it. Just because his voices are getting wore out, by the way. I'm already tired of the 4 that are being used. Okay. Use your own voice. Stop lip syncing to life. Choose your own song, sing it out loud, no matter how off key it is. All right. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Peace out and have a day.